I'm here with Brennan, and you have a story that I heard that I was very excited about. And when I teach, I talk about taking on giants. You, my friend, are taking on a giant, a huge giant. Tell me a little bit of the background. Your father dragged you to Niger, Africa. Is that correct?
Yes, he did.
As he looks over the camera back toward Dad. And so you didn't go kicking and screaming, but it was obviously a whole new experience for you.
Yeah.
So what was your experience like?
My experience, well, I've been 4 times, but I guess in all my experiences, they're just, every time you go, even though it's the same place, it just changes your life a little more each time you go. And
What's it like catching a vision for another world? It's literally another world.
yeah, it's interesting. It's really cool just to be able to see a different part of the world and what you can do here to help those people.
Do you ever realize, oh my gosh, I'm so blessed?
Yeah,
living in
every time I
America?
come back, and when I come back, just to come back and then know that not everybody went with me, and that it can be hard to think that you are so blessed and you have so much.
Yeah. Now, how old were you when you took your first trip?
I was 9 when I took my first trip.
9 years old.
Yeah.
And then what? 11, 13, 14?
My next trips were 12, 13, and 14.
12, 13, and 14.
Yeah, in the summers.
And then it sounds like God spoke to you.
Yeah. The trip that I went to when I was 13, it was, I went to an orphanage that I had been to the previous year, but in that specific time, God said, there's something you need to do here. There's something you need to do for the orphanage here. And
This is just during a prayer time, as you were
Yeah,
walking down
it
the
was just-
road.
yeah, it was just kind of like as I'm playing with the kids, and especially when we kind of prayed together at the end, like I just felt a nudge there's something that you can do. And
So you didn't hear a voice. It was just something in your spirit.
yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
And so then the director said before we left that they have land and they want to build a permanent orphanage because they just rent from their current location.
Are they going to have to be leaving?
Yes. they
Oh,
do.
so they're being forced out.
Yes. And so they have the land, but they have to raise $323,000, which we didn't know then, but I did know that they need a new place.
And whatever they need would be a lot of money.
Yeah. And I basically thought, when I heard that, I connected the dots, and I knew that that was what I was supposed to do.
That
And
you were supposed to
to
help raise.
some money. I thought maybe a few $100s.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
As a
I was
13-year-old?
13, yeah. And there's not much a 13-year-old can do. That's
Right.
what I
Hold a few
thought.
car washes,
Yeah,
sell some bake sales,
Yeah.
get a couple $100. Okay. And
That's
then what
I was
happened?
expecting. It started with a spaghetti dinner that we were gonna do, and a spaghetti dinner that slowly snowballed, or not slowly, but really fast. It snowballed into a gala type event that ended up raising $40,000 in the first year.
Whoa. You raised $40,000 on your first event?
Yeah, we did. So
But by selling spaghetti?
no, it kind of snowballed. from
Okay,
the
tell me about the
spaghetti
snowball.
dinner. Okay, so it started in our first meeting. We met with somebody who also does things in Niger, and as their full-time job, they do some communications and stuff. To
Okay,
raise
but
money.
who is this? I mean, so this isn't just you alone now. Did you
No.
bring people in? You brought people
Yes.
together.
It kind of started with myself and a friend, Mary.
How old is Mary?
Mary's 33, but she went on the trip with me, and she also felt God nudging her to help
Okay.
with this project also.
Okay.
And so she came along, and then we decided to have a meeting and share our vision with somebody who worked at Effective Ministries named Amy.
Okay.
And And so Amy instantly said, well, maybe you should do a silent auction. And then it kind of, so we started that we were going to do the silent auction. And then we thought to raise more money, we should ask for sponsors. And it ended up turning into something that was a lot nicer.
Okay, now, hold on here. So, did you start raising your goals? I mean, are you shooting for the full $325,000?
Nope, actually we were shooting for $20,000.
At that time, you were shooting for 20,000.
Yes, which I thought was absolutely impossible and ridiculous, and I thought there's no way. And that was as far as my faith was going to go. It didn't go that far to 20,000. I mean,
right.
I didn't believe
for
it.
For a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
1,000 is huge.
Yeah.
Much less 20.
Exactly. And I didn't believe it at all. And I decided, but I knew that, so we started calling sponsors and stuff. And through calling sponsors, it was
Now, did you actually make phone calls to sponsors?
Yes, I did.
Really?
And we raised about...
How did they react hearing a 13-year-old on the other end of the phone?
Well, I guess they were surprised. I mean, I think they always knew that it was, I think maybe, I guess they were surprised. But
Are these sponsors people that had been to Niger and were used to the whole, used to the whole thing?
Most of them. We've branched out, but I think in the beginning it was definitely just the people that had been and stuff, and people that I had already knew and stuff like that.
Right. So that was even though a tough thing for you to do, it was a easier tough thing than a tough thing.
Yes, but it was still extremely uncomfortable.
I bet.
I get really uncomfortable on the phone, so it started there just being uncomfortable. And
so you had the first gala, you raised $40,000.
Mm-hmm.
Twice what you were shooting for.
Yes, and what was crazy is I thought 20,000 was ridiculous, and I refused to believe we could do it. But after my faith was shot so far out of the water, so to speak,
Heck yeah.
I just realized that God can do anything. And since then, I've really realized how much.
Hold on. So you met after you realized you raised $40,000. Did you say, hallelujah, we're done, or what?
No. I think once that happened, I knew that God didn't call me to raise a few $100s. He called me to raise $323,000.
Did you do that on your own? Did you do it with Mary, with Amy, or did you just in your spirit say, I'm going for this, even if I have to do it myself?
Well, it was kind of a committee. Especially Mary has been there definitely by my side through everything. We've done a lot of fundraisers. And
so, Mary, by my side, are you the primary driver trying to get the $325,000?
Yeah, you could say that. But she's definitely a part of everything.
Sure, you've got help, but
yeah.
But wow, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and we haven't raised it all yet, but we're getting there, and I know we will.
So, what was your second event?
Well, we had a few spirit nights. We had one at a yogurt shop. We had one at Chick-fil-A, and so we raised a few thousand off of about 6 events. I'd say about 2,000, a little over that. And then I decided to do a second annual A Night of Niger, which is the gala that we had done before. And that just happened recently. And we raised $60,000.
So you're at $104,000 right now, currently?
Actually, we had a few donations in the middle, which I guess I forgot to add those in.
Did you ask for them, or they just came in by themselves?
We talked to people about them, and I won't say they just miraculously came in the mail, but we had a $50,000 match. And
how'd you get a $50,000 match?
We talked to some people, and this one person, which I can't share his name because he's anonymous, but he decided that he would.
Did you talk to him directly? Did your dad talk to him? Did Mary talk to him?
My dad talked to him, pretty much.
So your dad's helping you as well?
Yeah.
So you got a $50,000 anonymous.
Yes.
It got matched?
Yep, it's all matched.
So you're up to $200,000.
Well, we are at $193,000.
Yeah,
some of it was matched through the event.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Fantastic. And so you're 15 years of age now, 15 years old.
Yes, I am.
And you've got how much more to raise?
We have about like $130,000 to raise. So,
And do you believe you're going to get it?
of course,
You
without
do?
a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
As a 15-year-old, you have no doubt God is going to raise 130,000.
Well, once through him, we've raised 193. It's not as hard to know 100% that God will bring in the rest of the
When are
money.
you hoping to have it done by? Have it all in?
Well, there's some donations and people that we've heard of people that are going to possibly donate a few other larger amounts. So I'm hoping for the summer, honestly.
So you mean within 3 to 4 months?
Yes, I think we can do it. So,
May it happen, my friend. May it happen.
yep, I'm hoping it will.
Well, that is exciting. So God spoke to you as a 13-year-old to raise, you thought, a couple $100, maybe $1,000 max, and now you're shooting for 300,000, and it's coming in.
Yes, which is to be 15 and just to see that happening is just, I mean, it just amazes me, and it shows how big of a God we serve. And I tell people at school, you don't have to wait till you're 22 to start your dreams. Go after them now, because you can do it now.
Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for spending the time here and telling us your story. You have certainly taken on a giant,
Thank you.
and God is pleased,
Thanks.
very pleased. And I trust and hope that your story is going to challenge many other adults as well as youth to dream big,
Thanks.
to dream something so big beyond them that God has to show up for it to become a reality.
Thanks. And thanks for having me here.
You're welcome.